Do you think those companies started out with subs and then got big enough to
But
justify employees?
I don't know for certain, but I would bet a lot of money they started out with subs, and then they realized that they want to have a better customer experience, better quality control, and those things can happen with employees. They don't necessarily happen, but they can happen with employees, and they want to just be different, and that's fine. But
Yeah,
it's just not something that most people can do.
I've seen it where they'll have a subcontractor do the entire roof replacement, but they'll have employees go run around and do roof repairs. And
Mhm.
so it'll be like, a tree branch lands on the roof and you just need a square replaced. They'll just send a guy to go do that, or just swapping out pipe boots or something like that. But to have a whole crew come up and show up and do the whole replacement, that's a huge, I mean, your operating costs just go through the roof if you have three or four crews, employees, plus everybody else internally running things from an operations standpoint. It's a really hard uh, structure to maintain without making the roofs four times as much as they are.
Yeah, it probably 3 to 4 times more expensive.
Yeah,
But you got like all these 15, $20,000 roofs. What is going on? Why am I buying another house to put my roof on?
yeah.
Like
Or a car, yeah.
it's you're just like what's going on? So then you have these entities like that in these markets, and if if they don't have a very very strong brand and very just unbelievable reputation, they're going to lose every single job they ever try to send a proposal for. They're just going to be so much they don't people there's a limit to everyone. If you're that much more expensive, if you're 3 times more expensive than the highest person, you're just not going to sell any roofs. And that's just the way it goes.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out because, but I understand the motivation because I think what's happening right now, and the subs I think is maybe a different situation because they're usually working with multiple different companies, so it'd probably be pretty easy for them to show that not one company is a source of 90% of their revenue, but for the sales reps, there's so many 1099 independent contractors that are essentially working full-time jobs, but they're setting their own hours, there's more flexibility and they like that, but they're also taking like making money and then like not paying taxes accurately on it.
Yeah,
There's
that's what they're
Yeah.
like it's a
doing. It's a
blind
tax.
eye.
It's a tax
It's a
grab. It's
absolute tax grab because it's impossible for them to audit that many people, all those little 1099 reps that are making, 100,000, $150,000 a year. It's not worth it to even try to audit. Um, so they can get away with a lot at that level. Those like little independent reps. But yeah, they're thinking like, oh, if it's W-2, then we're guaranteed to get the taxes.
Right.
So,
But
but
then you got to rely on, us as business owners are, we do our best at record keeping and documenting and data, but then it's like now you're relying on someone else to prove your side that you're not providing 90% or more of their income. So it's like, are they really keeping good records? Or is their wife doing their bookkeeping? Does she even know how to do bookkeeping?
yeah.
Um, from what I've seen, they
Oh no, no, wait. We,
it's
we
it's
missed
hard.
something. You're touching on a really, really important point. Did you watch the part of the video where I forgot this until just you just said this? They're gonna pay 15 to 20%. I think that's the number. I know it's at least 15%. 15 to 20% of the total penalty to a whistleblower. So if you have a competitor, it's on Adams. Go to
yikes.
Roof Strategist and go in there. So they're incentivizing people to screw other roofing companies. You don't have to be another competitor. You can just be anyone who just says I think that they are using subs. So this can be homeowners, this can be anyone who just files out the form and says, "Hey, they're using subs. I think that's they should be W-2 employees." And then it significantly financially incentivizes whistleblowing. So
Mhm.
like there's gonna be a lot of that. Who would not be like, okay, this is a big company. I know they only use subs. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a bunch of money. It's just like ambulance chasers and whatever. They're
Yeah.
gonna they're gonna do the same thing. There's gonna be so
Yeah,
many people.
it's like I heard that woman 3 doors down from me got an abortion, so I want her to go get arrested, and
Yes,
now I
same
want to
thing.
be rewarded for reporting her for breaking the
Yes.
law.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
Crazy.
They can do it anonymously, like it's over. They're going to be like tens of thousands of people whistleblowing for roofing
Yeah.
companies.
right.
If they publish that, if they actually market that ability to whistleblow, it's over. Like there's going to be so many people under they will go out of business because of the paperwork. Not that they're doing anything wrong, just the fact that they have to fight these things and prove
Yeah.
it. And they're like for months and months and months with the IRS. Like that's a wild. I forgot
Yeah.
that. I forgot that
Yeah.
that's part of the deal.
That is
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
it's pretty scary.
Let's this is a great thing to talk about. But let's go ahead and move on because we're getting close to the end of the hour. I really would love to hear from you, Brian. It's so cool to me to hear when someone really no past experience with starting or being an entrepreneur and then makes that leap and does it successfully. You're building this amazing business, and that's so impressive. A and B, what I want to ask you is what have been your biggest lessons learned? If somebody else, if you're talking to another roofing owner that's going to start a business, what would you tell them to watch out for, be careful of in that maybe first year in business?
Know your numbers. Like the biggest thing, because without money, what are you going to do? You can't live on credit for very long. I mean, 30 days maybe, but then you're just chasing the next job, robbing Peter to pay Paul or whoever. But know your numbers. Educate yourself.